Hey, what's up, everybody? Um, if you missed, I just did the CDPL version of the review and preview show. I talked about it a little bit on there, but if you missed that one and are watching this one first, this is the LNPL review show and preview. I know we already did. We had a 3-hour long The Lounge podcast. I feel like that one's a little bit more about discussion, talking tactics, how to manage people, and then we learn about other teams by having the guests on, but we don't actually. It kind of cuts into getting the reviews done and looking at what happened and previewing the next week. So I think we'll split them into two separate shows from now on. And don't worry, this one's not really about. If you are watching live, you can comment and stuff, and I'll probably see it. But this is more about you can watch on demand and stuff. So don't worry if you missed it live. Let me just post the link in case anybody does want to watch live. And we'll get right into it. This will be way shorter. Shouldn't take too long. So, as you can see, Orlando has a 9-point lead on top with only 10 games left to play. Because don't forget, only 16 teams in the LNPL, so 30 matches for a season. And so 9 points in 10 games. It's not looking good for the rest of us. And there's really only two teams that can even challenge them who actually played last week. And I do have highlight videos for that. So let's just get right into it. Orlando, if you remember, we left off last week with them losing to not Elite, but Club 11. So it actually gave us hope. See, maybe Orlando, maybe there will be a couple struggles. Maybe we can make up some points. Nope, here we go. Look at this. 11-2 against Campton. 4-0 against Republic, which pretty much the same Republic that plays in CDPL. So, wow. 4-0 against the Danes, another new team. Republic and the Danes had to take over for other teams that didn't finish their commitments. And then 5-0 against Titans. My quick math tells me that is a 24-2 weekend. That might be a record in these two leagues. For 4 matches in a weekend, 24-2. That is insane. I didn't quite know how to make a highlight video, so what I did, I'll just let you see all 11 goals. Sorry, Dowie. All 11 goals scored against Campton back to back to back to back. So let's just watch this real quick. Apologies about the quality of the video. When I saw this score come through the, let's just say onto my desk, I was like, wait, what? And then Jigga was like, is this a friendly? Was this a, like, this can't be a league match. I guess just by looking at it right now, it looks like they had 2 AI defenders. So it's always a struggle if you don't have a full 11 against a good team. I did not include the Campton goals. Apologies about that. This was mostly the storyline is that Orlando's just running away with LNPL with 2.5 weeks left to go. It's just everybody's getting in on the act. Poor Dowie. Hopefully they can get some stuff together. So then there was a red card on top of everything, and things just got crazy from there. Well, guess not crazy. Only 2 more goals were scored, but I saw center backs and stuff running up. Yeah, there's the center back in the box. Oh, boy. But even though I don't really want to bash on a different club, you got to look at it from the side of if a club scores 11, they should be praised upon or whatever you want to call it. Um, so yeah, I mean, not much more needs to be said. 24-2 weekend, aggregate score for 4 games, 9-point lead over second place, 10 games to go. It would take a monumental failure, but at this point, it's almost a battle for who can get second place. JE Raptors started the weekend against Ruption, which, as you saw, is the third place team. So second versus third. I know Orlando was probably hoping for the draw, and they almost got it. I do have the highlights for this one as well, because that was another marquee matchup. Usually when I'm deciding highlights, I go with whatever the biggest storylines are. And since there's not as many storylines over here, later in the week, I'll just pick random matches, basically, to make highlight videos for. So. Oh, there goes my alarm. I don't even know what that was. Oh, just in case I don't wake up in time for work, which I got to go to after this. So this is the JA Raptors versus in green versus Ruption in white, second versus third. It was a defensive battle, as we saw the highlight video in CVPL. Raptors and Orlando was also kind of a defensive battle. So it looks like Raptors have their style set up to be really good at defense and try and hit him on the counter. And like I said before, I try to do a mix of good defensive plays and close calls. Like that was a close call. And I can only make them 2 minutes and 20 seconds maximum for a Twitter highlight video. So can't pick every play, but I try to include some defense and some goalie stuff. So it's not all about the offense. There's another close call. Still 0-0, almost halftime. Good save there by Raptors. I like this play. I've played goalie before, and I've messed that up. He knows, this goalie here knows that he will not catch that. It will not give him the catch animation. When you are outside of the box and then you have to go back in, it does not give you the catch animation. And this guy knew. Immediately hit pass. It didn't quite work, but anything else, if any hesitation there, and it's a goal. So shout out. I think that was the Ruption goalie. Another good chance by Raptors there. And that was close to a penalty. Let's see that one more time. You know those get called. Even though he got ball first, you know those get called sometimes. Great clear by the fullback. So yeah, as you can see, just a lot of good defensive plays. There's a great save and a block and a block. So a save and a double block. Another save. So Ruption's staying in the game with their goalie and defense. But right back at you, it looks like Slime with a save for Raptors, but couldn't save that one. Let's see that again. There's the save, and then this one goes in. Oh, that was a great turn. And that was in the 89th minute. Enough to win 1-0. I was saying maybe Orlando was hoping for the draw here, but I think Orlando's built up a big enough lead that they don't even have to worry about the other matches. So Ruption got that win over Raptors. Raptors did stay in second place. They got a 4-1 win over Elite Nation, 3-0 over Invaders, who I lost to this weekend. I know Invaders have been improved. And then 2-2 draw the Galaxy. Wow. So still kept second place, but more points dropped. Second place dropped 5 points when Orlando got all 12. So that seems to be the story of this season. Nobody can catch Orlando. Ruption, who we just saw win that match against JA Raptors. Let's see how they went. Now, the very next match, they lost in a great match to Portland, and I think I'll just show this one too. I do all the Portland highlights, but I try not to show them all because I don't know. People might not want to see all of them or even care. But since this is third place team, it's right after they won. So my first match was against Redemption Season. Then we went right to this one. And I call Eruption is basically the only teams left in these leagues that can go back to the original Atlanta United. That was Portland Timbers' original rivals. And yeah, I already missed the goal, so let me go back. This match was a good one. 3-2. This was the first of two. If you saw the CDPL review show I just did, we played them the very next night in a 1-0 game where it looks like we had made adjustments. So that was great thinking on his part, the cross that over the goalie and the fullback couldn't get there. Big goal by LA Galaxy, who I know has been in the league for a long time. Can we go back to me complaining behind the net right here? Look at that. Just yelling at the top of my lungs behind the net. Big save by Butch. Another one that could have been a penalty. And look at, they tried it again and it almost worked. They tried that cross to the back post again and it almost worked. But I think the fullback just got in his way enough. That was close. Gotta get a tackle interception by me in there somehow. That was smart by the goalie. We saw him making some smart plays in the last highlight video too. So it definitely seems like Eruption has a good goalie. This is our goal, I think, or the first one. Good passing. Fullback to center mid to striker. Good move by Sama. Got to get the flip in there real quick. There's a bad turnover, so you know what's going to happen there. Unfortunate turnover in our own third. And man, did they give Butch a bad animation for that. Watch this animation Butch gets. Oh, come on. But there's Eruption getting the lead right back. Or not right back, but they got it back. This one, I like this one. Just barely offsides. Those scare me as a center back. I almost always just run with them because I'm so terrified that I'm not going to get back in time. Just got back in time. But look, I wasn't sure, so I kept running to make the tackle just in case. All right, now we're in the 80th minute. We're still Portland's still losing 2-1. A nice pass from Lavish to Sama. So in the 82nd minute, we got the goal. And look at right off the kickoff, I just rolled the highlights so you know what's going to happen. We just scored the other one. Big steal by De Jong. And Sama almost with his hat trick, but Lavish to finish it off. Here it is again. Almost a hat trick by Sama. Goalie did save it. It looked like it almost was a penalty too. Luckily, they just let Lavish finish the play. So that was an epic match. Our original rivalry. The Tropics people. The original Atlanta United. So that was Eruption's first two matches. We had both of those highlights. A win against Raptors and a tough loss against Portland. They finished the weekend with a win over Redemption Season at 3-0 and a 1-0 win over Campton. So then way behind even getting the second place at this point, Portland United in fourth. It's kind of weird how the standings went this season, so split up. We started with one of our best performances offensively of either league this season. 5-0 win over Redemption. We just saw the 3-2 comeback win against Ruption. Then we pulled out a tough one against the Elite Nation 1-0, but then lost 1-0 to Invaders. That was a good match. All these highlights videos are retweeted on the LNPL Twitter if you want to watch them. I don't want to bore you with 4 different highlight videos of Portland United. Galaxy, who was doing good in CVPL, also doing good here. 1 point behind Portland for 4th. And they got the win over Titans. And I think this Titans version has Ade and Yemi from Marlians, because Marlians isn't in LNPL. So 1-0 win over Titans. 3-0 win over Chem FC. 3-2 win over Gunners, and a draw against Raptors. So that's a great weekend for Galaxy, picking up 10 points. Raptors is a good team, so that draw's not too terrible. The 10-point week for Galaxy, enough to get them in the top 5. Basically, if you can't win the league, you just want to finish top 5, at least for the respect. Everybody wants to win, obviously, but sometimes there's situations like this, or like last season CVPL, Elite 21 kind of ran away with it, although Marlians and Orlando did keep close to them. But if first place is out of the question, you want top 5, just for the respect. So Galaxy doing a good job there. They're 6 points ahead of the next team, Chem FC, in 6th place. This is, I don't know, I would call this a rivalry match or a derby. They both are breakaway clubs from JE Raptors. I think Invaders is Black Bolt and Chem is Pro Bassi. And 3-2 win for Chem on this one. Right after that, on Saturday, lost to Galaxy 3-0. Got a draw with Vikings the next night, and then they beat Club 11 3-0. So Club 11 couldn't get the back-to-back wins on the final match of the week, as we saw them do against Orlando the previous week. So Chem with 7-point weekend, not too bad, but it's going to keep them out of the top 5. Tied with them on points is FC Titans. As I was saying, I think it's the FC Titans from CVPL plus Ade and Yemi. We're both CVPL team of the season, back-to-back, I believe. And they started with Invaders with a 1-0 win. Oh, no. That's from the previous week. They're missing one of their matches. I'm not sure what's going on. Looks like a Club 11 match. I don't know why that's not in the if it got played or what. We'll have to look into that. I'll text the admins after the show. So they start. This is the first game on Saturday, and that's Galaxy 1-0 win over Titans. I got all mixed up because of the thing. Then Vikings beat them 2-0, and Orlando beat them 5-0. So I don't know what's going on with Titans. Maybe Yemi and Ade weren't there, or maybe they're just not gelling. They're not getting their goals. Only 1 goal out of the 3 matches here. But that's good enough for 7th place. They're missing a match, as you can see. 19 played instead of 20. Gunners, 1 point behind those two at 29 points. I know they started strong. I think they had a little bit of a dip in the middle of the season. Let's see how they did last week. 2-1 win over Elite Nation, and then a draw against Invaders. So a 4-point Saturday, not too bad. A close call against Gunners. That'll probably be one of the random highlight videos I'll make. If I see a score like 2-3, then I know it's probably a good match. And then a draw against Vikings. I think that's the second time they played Vikings this week, because I think we saw them in the CVPL review as well. A draw there. So that's a 5-point weekend for Gunners, keeping them in mid-table. Vikings right behind them by 1 point in 9th. They played one of the newest teams, the Danes, and that was actually their manager was on Vikings at the start of the season. I'm not sure what happened there, but 1-1 draw there in the revenge match. I don't know if he left or they kicked him, but he might have been looking for revenge. I didn't ask. Then Vikings were able to beat Titans, so it doesn't look like Titans had a great showing. Oh yeah, we already went through them. I just keep expecting the Titans to be one of the best teams in the leagues, and maybe they will. They just need some time to gel. Then 2 draws, so a 3-point. Wait, no, an undefeated weekend for Vikings. 1-1 draw Chem, 1-1 draw Gunners to finish. But only one win. So undefeated, but 1 win. So that's basically like going 2 wins, 2 losses. 6-point weekend for Vikings. I think that's enough to gain 1 point on Gunners, and they're now only 1 point behind. For this one, since there's 16 teams, the cutoff point for the top half is 8. The Danes, they took over for Hoyers, I believe. And I think they're looking to get into CDPL next season as well. We'll have to see about that. As we just saw, they got the 1-1 draw with Vikings. 2-0 win over Club 11, so that's 2 losses we saw for Club 11. I don't know what happened to them this weekend. Orlando just went on their tear of 24-2 weekends, so Danes were just a casualty of that. That's tough, having to go right from Orlando to Republic. 3-1 loss by the Danes there. So a 4-point weekend for the Danes, trying to get into the top half. We'll see if they can do it. Republic, I think they were like last place or 15 when they took over. I think they've been playing. Well, my match against them was the last one. That was the other team. Let me find Portland on this list. All the way down there. So they've been taken over since this point in time. I guess time's been going by faster than I thought. Holy crap. I thought that was like a week and a half ago. So they've had a little bit of time to get their standings a little bit better, but it was always going to be an uphill battle. Let's look at the standings real quick again. I think they started out with like 3 points. So to go from that to 21, if they can finish in the top half, that's a successful season. Like I said, they took over a bad record. Let's see what they did this week. They beat Club 11. Club 11 must have had a terrible weekend. 3-1 win there. That's a little disappointing to see. We touched on that earlier, but I guess Orlando was just going crazy this weekend in LNPL. Nobody was able to. Doesn't matter who you put in front of them; they were going to roll through them. Campton, wow, Campton with their revenge, because as we saw, they lost to Republic 10-2 in CDPL the previous week. I have said before that Republic is a different team away than they are home. I'll just leave it at that. And this kind of proves it right here. Congrats, Campton. I know someone was saying, Dylan was saying, what's going on with Dowie. I think he's just doing the best he can, and if you don't have an established team, then it's hard to get wins. And then when there's losses, it's easy for people to leave. So then if you're not an established team, people want to leave when you're getting losses, and it's hard to get anything but losses when you're not established. I think it's just a vicious cycle. Hopefully he gets it together. Republic did finish with a win against the Danes. So that's a 6-point weekend for them. They'll be upset about the Campton loss. Speaking of Campton, 12 out of 16 in LNPL, so not doing too bad compared to CDPL. But they did have the 11-2 loss this weekend to Orlando. As I showed you all 11 goals earlier, Dada. I think you just joined. But I showed the highlight video of all 11 goals. Redemption Season then beat Campton. I know Redemption Season had lost 5-0 to Portland right before that. So that's good to see Redemption not take the loss to Portland too bad and come right back and win. Then Campton did beat Republic, as I said, and 1-0 loss to Eruption, which isn't too bad. So whatever you did Sunday, Campton, that's something to be proud of, because this was a rough night, Saturday. So to come back Sunday and have a good showing, definitely respect there. All right, Elite Nation. They lost the Gunners 2-1, lost the Raptors 4-1. So not a great start to the weekend. Then they did play Portland well, only a 1-0 loss. I think we scored pretty late. Ooh, and then they lost to Redemption Season. So a 0-point weekend for Elite Nation. I think they did a little bit better in CDPL. But hopefully they can get a few players in or something. Invaders 14th place. I know they beat Portland, and that was a tough loss for us. That was at the very end of the weekend. I think we were just all tired and ready to get to our break on Monday. Portland doesn't play on Mondays. So that's how they ended the week. How they started, we saw they had the derby with Chem that they lost. A draw to Gunners. J Raptors beat them 3-0, and then they beat Portland 1-0. So a 4-point week for Invaders. That's probably good for getting them out of what you would call the relegation zone if there was two divisions. Club 11, I think every time we saw them, they weren't doing too good. So a 3-0 loss to Orlando. Wait, no, that was from the previous week. So this is the team that has to play. We don't know what happened in the FC Titans Club 11 match. Then they lost 3-1 to Republic, 2-0 to the Danes, and 3-0 to Chem. So hopefully they can get their act together a little bit, because I do believe they're better than 15th. Redemption Season, I know they've been trying. Apologize for taking your captain. I don't know if that affected things. I've seen Johnny Guzman being more active in the Discords and the WhatsApps. Always looking for players, always looking to train. So I do think they can turn it around at a point here. Like I said, I was proud to see them come back from the 5-0 loss to Portland right away, beating 3-0 over Campton. But the next night, same thing. They lost 3-0, but came back. So that shows heart. That shows heart right there. It's just unfortunate. Somebody has to be last place. It's impossible not to have a last place team. So that's the standings. As far as the overall picture, it looks like Real Orlando is just going to run away with it for back-to-back titles. If you want, I can try and quickly look and see what the results of that Titans Club 11 match was. If they maybe one of them has the stream on here, since I don't have too much more to go over, we'll just preview the games coming up. We'll see what Orlando's doing. All right. Well, while that loads, let's look at Orlando's matches for this week. As I talked about in the CVPL one, this will be an interesting weekend for a lot of the Americans. A lot of the American players are going to be busy this weekend. Either that or come home drunk and not play very well, even if they are there. So let's see. Orlando has Chem, Gunners. Ooh, there's a big one. 1 versus 2. That's basically the last chance anybody has of catching them, because Raptors can make up 3 of the 9 points they need. There's only 10 games left. 10 games left in the season. And that's a big one. If Raptors can win all their games, that's 3 that they make up right there. So then say Raptors win all 10 of their final games, which means they would have beat Orlando. Orlando would have to only, I say only, but if Raptors win all their games, or if Orlando would happen to lose 2 other games as well as this one, then you're saying there's a chance, which I hope Orlando gets 2 losses in a row, because they played Portland. Last time we played in LNPL, it did not go very well. As JR likes to remind me, it was 5-0. Hopefully we can turn that around. So this is the make or break. If Orlando goes through this undefeated, these 4 games, it's over. It's completely over. Let's see if the Discord worked. All right, let me see if I can find that Titans versus Club 11. And it's probably not here, otherwise that's why the score isn't updated. There's Galaxy. So if you guys ever want to go watch the streams and not have to go watch search through YouTube, if you want to go back and watch streams, both Discords have a spot where we post every stream. You should be able to find every match. It just takes a little bit of scrolling. Club 11 Republic. Yeah, and I've gone too far on the date. So, yeah, I don't know what happened with that match. It looks like no stream was posted. I'll have to go text the admins. Let's just wrap it up really quick. I don't want to take too much of your guys' time. Oh, here's some comments from Dado. Lando will go crazy. Raptors dead. Didn't say nothing about Portland, though. Thanks for that. All right, here's all the matches for the week coming up. Of course, the top one is the one that we haven't finished from last week. We don't know who won that game. I'll cover that one up. As we already saw, Orlando starts with Chem. Titans play Republic. Gunners Club 11. Raptors Vikings. So Raptors is one of the other 2 clubs. And Raptors and Ruption are the only 2 clubs that can realistically catch Orlando. So Raptors has to win this match. They have to win every match. Before I play Orlando, I'll be playing Galaxy. So that's 2 tough matches in a row. 2 top 5 matches on Saturday for Portland. Redemption versus Invaders. I think that's a chance for Redemption to maybe get above Invaders. I think that's 16 versus 14. And here's Ruption, who also has to win every single one of their matches if they want a chance for the title. They start their final 10 against Elite Nation. They'll be hoping for a win there. Danes Campton should be an interesting one. I don't think they've ever played each other before. Chem FC versus Republic. These are now the second matches of Saturday. Raptors Club 11. So as I keep saying, Raptors have to win all their games. All these are every single match is a title match from here on out for Raptors and Ruption, really. I think Ruption's only 1 point behind. Campton Elite, Galaxy Redemption, Ruption Invaders. Another one, like Invaders caught me last weekend, so don't overlook them, Ruption. Orlando Gunners. Could Gunners play the spoiler role? It doesn't matter who beats Orlando. We just need anybody to beat Orlando for there to be a title race for the neutrals. Danes play Titans. Hopefully Titans can get their act together. Vikings versus Portland. I feel like I play Vikings. If I'm not playing Vikings in the league, I always find them randomly in D1 matches. I feel like I play Vikings a lot. Chem versus Danes. This is now on 4th of July, Sunday. So Chem versus Danes, Elite Nation Invaders, Titans versus Campton. Then the big one, Raptors Orlando. Portland plays Club 11. Redemption versus Vikings. Gunners Republic, another rematch from last night's CONCACAF Finals, and I think I saw them play in CBPL, so they'll be playing 3 times in, what's today, Thursday? Today's Wednesday. So 3 times in like 5 days. Ruption Galaxy 11, another Ruption has to win all 10 games. They have a chance, and that's going to be a tough one. Top 5 Galaxy. Club 11 versus Redemption Season. Campton Invaders. A chance for Invaders to maybe climb the standings a little bit with a direct rival ahead of them. Titans versus Chem. Galaxy versus Elite Nation, and then Real Orlando Portland. So that'll be, if Real goes through, like I said, all 4 matches without a loss, it's over. It might already be over, but it's definitely over if they go 4 wins out of 4. J Raptors, woo! Right after they play Orlando, I have to play Republic. They're going to have to win all their games for the title. Danes versus Gunners. Ruption versus Vikings. And that's it. And I don't really have much else to talk about. Like I said, go check out the LNPL Twitter and CBPL Twitter. All the Portland matches are on there for the highlights, and as well as I'll be updating more throughout the week. And that's it. Thanks for joining me. And I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.